Welcome back to Attingham Park for episode 6 with me, Mr. Sealy P. I'm here at the livestock barn sell point and I've been busy. I think I start every single episode saying I've been busy. I've done a whole load of stuff in between, and as you can see, money's dropped again. Been buying more stuff. You have to buy more stuff, don't you? Got to fill my yard up and get loads of cool stuff. I've got a lot of happy campers. People seem to be very happy at the new campsite, which is absolutely wonderful. Now, what have I been doing, you ask? Well, I shall answer your question. Just in case you're interested, I don't know if you were or not. Let's go across one more to our precision farming map. You've probably already seen it, actually. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. I did some soil sampling. Soil sampling was done. Let's go across to that, and it's a lot of silty clay. But I suppose where you've got this bit here, the bend in the river, you get a lot of the silt build up. It probably would have been that lovely meandering river. At some point, this could go across and end up with an oxbow lake. Geography. So yeah, I did the soil samples, and that's what we've ended up with. So the bit from 35 kind of follows over. Now, what I have done is the pH level's not too bad. I'm not liming over the top of crop on field 40, and I'm not doing on grass at the moment. But nitrogen, I bit the bullet and I bought a fertilizer spreader. I said I was going to try and do slurry manure. And I've kind of alluded to, I've just talked about it the last couple of episodes, that whilst on precision farming, slurry manure and that has its place, and cover crop does have its place, you can't get that one-shot fertilizing with it. It just doesn't work that way. That's not how it's designed to work. It's almost like precision farming is set up that you have to do some kind of, unless I have done like I've done the other ones, where I've over applied what I needed to on grass. I will specify that on grass I've over applied to get where I needed to. The variable application rate that you get with whichever chemical fertilizer it may be, whether it's liquid fertilizer, whether it's granules, where it might be, it just goes down better. Now, obviously, that's green, that's green, that's green. This field here has got oats in it. Now, that went down with an automatic application rate, and that's what it needs for that crop. That's where I went wrong with this one. I should have put the onions in the ground first, then fertilised. So whilst that's not green, it doesn't need to be, because for oats, that's got a perfect level for what's needed. Biogas plant. I've been continuing to sell our silage at the biogas plant. I've also moved, I should have stayed on here. If we go across, actually it's right there. I have put into our silo at the main farm 203,465 litres of silage into the silo. So that's been removed. I did 4 trips, put that into the silo. So everything that's left in the biogas plant silage clamp now is going to be sold at the biogas plant. But here's the thing, if you look there, biogas plant is 360. If we come down further, livestock barn is 453. Now, there have been livestock barn sell points, bale sell points, which have only taken bales. Some of them can be a little bit resistant to loose material. So I've bought over a full load, well, say a full load, as close to a full load as it would let me put in using the milling machine. So what we're going to do, okay, let's come up. Doing it this way, I should get paid immediately, there you go, rather than at midnight, like you do at the biogas plant. But the downside of doing it this way, whilst the price is higher, I won't be getting digestate as a byproduct. So it depends how you want to go about it. If you're on a map where there are other places that will buy your silage at a better price than the biogas plant, if you have no intention of using digestate, if you have no intention of selling the digestate, you just want to get your money for your silage and get the best possible price, then there may be alternatives other than the biogas plant. Unless, of course, your biogas plant is paying out 720, 900, whatever it might be for your silage, in which case, stick with that. I just wanted to do that as a kind of, let's have a look and see if it'll work, and it did. I am going to continue, though, to... Am I going to continue to put it for the biogas plant? Just I think now. I may well be using the digestate. Oh, the trouble is, again, I'm so torn with the whole. I really want to. I suppose again, that's what I've always said about precision farming. Is you get kind of so used to over years of gameplay. FS15, 17, 19. Set fertilizers. You put this down, you get one fertilizing state. Put this down, you get a second fertilizing state. And it doesn't work that way, and that's, I don't know, it's a bit of a trick on. But anyway, all that being said, I am going to need to go to the store. What I am going to do as well is, for the time being, just put this into the yard, because there's something else I want to show you. I'm turning my attention in this episode to green things. Green fingers, greenhouses, and hay, which is also green. So I'm going to park this in the yard just here. Now, I have, again, another reason why the money's gone down. I bought the fertiliser spreader. I've leased this, the trailed lifter, and I've leased a hay bob. Because our self-propelled Rostselmash mower windrower has a trailer hitch on the back, as you can see. It's a trailer hitch, and the hay bob is a 3-point link. So, now I haven't tried this yet. This is an experiment at the same time. This is that kind of Frankenstein's hay bob. This should hook up to the trail hitch. This will hook up to that, although there's no PTO. Okay, slightly dicey. So what should happen is I should mow with that, which will mow and windrow. On the back will be the trail lifter with the hay bob, so I should be able to go along, mow, windrow, turn to hay in one pass. That's the theory. What I've also done is, at the store, I've bought a smaller trailer. We've got this one. I bought a smaller one, 21,000 litre one, I think I went for. Just a standard in-game one. But I have gone for an Aquatrans 8000 GB. I think GBModding put it in for doing the greenhouses. So, like I say, green fingers. We're going to, I mentioned in the last episode, going to whiz over to the livestock market. We'll grab some manure. And we'll put some manure in for the 2 greenhouses here. And then, oh, there's a water. I said about a water source. There's a little pond here, isn't there, by the side of the field? So we should be able to get water from that. If not, I'll put a standpipe in. We'll do that. So what I'm going to do first Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the thing I was going to say. Sorry, I know I've been a lot of talking. I'm just trying to explain what's going on. Right, field 41 is grass. And I said I was going to plough some of that out to put carrots in, which I'm still going to do. But rather than plough it and waste the grass that's on it, what I'm going to do is cut that for hay first. Then I can plough out what I want to plough out. So I'll get the grass off of it rather than wasting it. Kind of makes sense. I'll probably do 35 and 34 as well. It'll be a lot of hay. But in all honesty, doesn't matter because it will grow again. And once it's grown tomorrow, I can then use it for something else if I want to do more silage or whatever I want to do. I need to put this into the field first. Obviously, getting through gates can be a little bit tricky. They'll come back. We'll grab the trail lifter and the hay bob. Next time I see you, we'll see if it works. I mean, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. In theory, it should. I was watching another episode of Welcome Farms today. I try and keep up with them as much as possible. And they're converting over the big brute boom sprayer because they've been having a lot of trouble with the various different tanks on the back of it. And they bought a Terragator, really cheap, about $2,000 or something. And it runs, which is amazing, but they just wanted the stainless steel tank off the back. And they said to buy a stainless steel tank would cost way more than what they paid for the whole second-hand Terragator. So they've been stripping that down and rebuilding the big brute using the Terragator tank and redoing the booms and the chassis, and and it's that kind of thing. It's that I've said so many times before. Farmers are incredibly resourceful, and that ability or that notion that if there's something that doesn't work or you haven't got a solution for something or there isn't something on the market that exists, make it. Bodge things together. Duct tape, cable ties, bit of welding, whatever you need to do, and then voila, we've got something that we didn't have before and it will do the job we want it to. It's so whilst it's not necessarily okay in inverted commas, why not? Now I have still got over 300,000 litres of wood chips sitting in storage and the price is good. The price is also coming up at lower cross sawmill again, so we may well, we are going to sell some more wood chip because, as I mentioned in the last episode too, we need a harvester. I was just thinking as well I could do the second tractor because a couple of things I was doing I thought, I need to whiz off and do so and so. Well, that's working, but I couldn't because I haven't got a second one. What we'll do is we'll put the header in the field first. I'm doing this field first simply because I can then come and plough what I want to for doing carrots, but I don't have a plough either, do I? And like I said in the last episode, at some point I want to buy field 13 opposite the northern side of the river, because actually, I'm going to bring the thing over with the tractor. Let's put that there rather than go back with that. Let's fold that, turn it off. I'll go and bring the other one over with the tractor. Yeah, so I've nitrogened this. pH level's not great, but nitrogen is perfect. And the other field, although it does show as being yellow, nitrogen, where are we? There you go, perfect. Nitrogen is saying perfect because it's perfect for this crop. Happy days, right. And then once this is done and I can harvest this field, once I've bought a harvester obviously, I will then have straw. That will give me all three elements I need for making Tomic's ration. Then we can get our cows. It's all the prep work that has to be done. So, let's see, shall we? I don't know. It's worth a try. I mean, at the end of the day, even if I have to just... I'm just trying to save time. If I just go old school, mow it all first, then come back and then ted it and then come and collect it, I'm very curious. Very curious. Frankenstein's hay bob. Why should not hook up now? No! No, 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 no. Oh, that's so annoying. I was convinced that would hook up. I suppose I should have tried that before now, shouldn't I? Okay, what's my other option? Oh man, okay, let's look at tedders. As far as I think they're all 3-point link, aren't they? That's 13 metres wide, and the problem with that is that's going to spread the I'll get my windrows from using the self-propelled mower windrower, and then it will just spread them all back again. Oh, hang on though, that windrows and TEDs, doesn't it? I wonder if that one will work, the GVS6U. I've used that a few times, didn't I? What did I use that on? Rasvet? $71 to lease. You know what? It's got to be worth a shot, hasn't it? Right. What I'll do then, because that will TED and windrow, so even if, just keep everything tidy, won't it? Assuming, of course, it hooks up. Right, okay, well, Frankenstein's hay bob didn't work. Let's take that back, pick up the other one, we'll swap it over. That's all I can do, really, isn't it? Oh. As I've always said, it's only genius if it works. If it doesn't, you're a crackpot inventor, or just a complete crackpot. I don't know what I'm doing. Right, forward, and then we'll come back. Soon to be, I say soon to be, at some point, a bridge, hopefully. Lost the crossing. Over here. Right. See you in a minute. On my way back, and having just perused my leased items, because I was returning a couple of leased items, you know what suddenly dawned on me? I don't know how many people have commented or maybe mentioned or realised. The seeder I got in the last episode, the John Deere, I only leased it, didn't I? Because I wasn't sure it was going to fit through gates and stuff. I didn't buy it. So I've put it into one of the barns and the farm, thinking, brilliant, it's got seed in it, we're good to go. It's not even mine, is it? I didn't buy it. Whoops. So I need to take that back and buy one. I will obviously enter the seed out first. Oh, please work. Please, 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 please work. Right, let's open it up. Disconnect that. If it does, brilliant. If it doesn't, I'll just have to go, just to cut it and then windrow it, then TED it. Take a little bit longer. Please hook, please hook, please, 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 please. I don't understand this, because I'm pretty sure when I did the mod review of this Rostselmash, I hooked up to something. Was it a baler? Oh, come on. Right then. What I'm going to have to do then? Just go old school. I'm just going to have to cut it. When I get to a point where I can hire a worker, get one of the locals to carry on cutting it, I will then go along behind with the tractor and what I've just got, and we'll windrow and TED at the same time. I'll cut as much as I possibly can, and then once this field's cleared, I don't know whether or not to prep it first. I might lime it to get the pH level right, and then what we'll do is plough the bits we want, and then we can work out, then we'll work out what we want to do about putting seed in, and then we'll go from there. We're going to need a planter for doing carrots, because the seeder does onions but the planter does carrots, so I'm going to need to either lease or buy a planter. We will gradually increase the amount of gear we own, and I'll try to avoid leasing it, forgetting I've leased it. This is going to be another one. It's going to be a fair amount off this. But again, the same as when I said at the start of the episode, I've been busy off screen. It's the off screen stuff that I'm finding on here especially, it takes a long time. It's all the off camera bits, you know. When I say, oh, I'll see you in a minute, and for you it's like click of the fingers and the field's done. takes a while. You know, it's just a lot of time in between. Which actually, I don't mind this. I love it. Therapeutic. Now where's the edge of my field? When do I get to? I think it's about here, isn't it? You can see already on the map down the bottom left where I'm cutting the grass, and the nitrogen's been used for this crop, but it's going to need to be redone. Oh, that's the yield map, isn't it? Wow, that's yielding really poorly. Why is that yielding so low? Oh, I suppose the pH level hasn't been adjusted either. Next time round should be better. That's really bad. I was thinking that was the nitrogen level, but it's not. Bottom left, that's yield. Oh, that's nasty. It'll improve the more work we do with the field, I guess. Ew, that's really bad. Happy days. Right, you've seen me cutting grass a lot, so I'll stop there. I'll get the worker going in a minute, and then we'll get some of this tedded, and then I'll do the same thing. Tractor, trailer, milling machine, collect it, we'll get it up to the silo, and we'll get a load of hay in storage. Like I said earlier, if you haven't watched any of the previous episodes, I would urge you to go back and watch the previous episodes. They're all very good. They're very good. That I'm going with loose this time. Last few Let's Plays I've done a lot of baling. So this one I'm going to go loose. No particular reason, don't know why, just thought I would. Now, am I going to convert this entire field over to... Am I just going to plough the whole lot out and make it into a crop field? I don't know. If I do, I'm not going to plant the whole thing with carrots. Well, I could though, couldn't I? That'd be a massive harvest, wouldn't it? A huge carrot harvest. Mind is wandering again. Time for a bit more unorthodox behaviour. I was thinking when I said about the tractor and needing a second tractor. I do need a second tractor, absolutely. But I thought, I wonder if the quad bike, if our lizard bear, I mean, it's just a rake, isn't it? Or will it pull it? I mean, I managed to bring it out here, but I don't know. Do I need to turn it on? I do, because it's a tedder. Oh, okay, that's not windrowing, is it? No. No. No, it's just a tedder. It's not. I thought it windrowed as well. The fact it's got the gap at the back, but it doesn't, does it? So mowing it and windrowing, I'm now making more of a mess, which I'm then going to have to come back and windrow again. I mean, the quad bike's working. I didn't think it would, but it's not doing what I hoped it would. Oh. Well, sorry, just having a little cry into my hands. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll recover from this. I mean, yeah. So in my efforts to try and avoid having to double handle everything, it's all gone so far the other way. I don't want to look. Oh well. Farm dog thinks I'm an idiot too. Oh well. It's just... you couldn't make it up, could you? You couldn't make it up. So this is going to take me so much longer now. It was going to take a long time anyway, and I thought, okay, well, you know, there's going to be a load that's going to need to be done. But this is a whole nother level. Oh, the other thing I was to say, did I put the thumbnail up? When I did all the soil sampling, I don't know how many soil samples I did off of this field and the last field. This field and the one here, just opposite. But I think because the soil sampler had a load of soil samples sitting on it from the other fields that I had avoided paying for, there were 98 soil samples, but I paid it. So the guys at the lab, they should have enough money in their accounts for their lattes now, so apologies for that. I'm keeping it to one side here because if I go across the middle it kind of spreads it both sides. If I keep it just in one strip here, when I do the next ones I'll then spread the whole thing back out again. But we are doing green things. I mean, that's just... I said at the start we were going to be doing green things. So just a windrower then. That's why I bought the self-propelled Rostselmash to avoid, wasn't it? Was having to do windrows, but it doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter now. Everything seems to be going fairly well. In order to kind of sort the situation out, I have just leased just a standard. This is a Lely Hibiscus 14.8 metre, I think it is, windrower. So we'll go around. I've got one worker mowing, one worker with the quad bike quite happily tedding, and I will now go and hopefully tidy things up. Although there's a little bit of grass there that should just get caught up in it all, I hope. And then it'll be a case of coming to collect it, putting it into storage. We'll get there. I'm just now dreading doing the other two fields. I really hoped it'd be so much quicker, but never mind. Turn that on, drop it down. By the end of the episode I will get onto the greenhouses. We'll get the manure, we'll get the water in there as well, we'll get those going. But I wanted to get the hay done. I was so hoping it'd be one of those kind of revelation moments, that kind of... the thing is, I guess I could have just done all this and not recorded it, or recorded it but then edited it out, or just scrapped it and thought, you know what, I'll just do this, I'll just mow it all, do it all, and just say to people, look, I've mowed, I've tedded, and now I'm windrowing. But I wanted to kind of show the process, the way I was trying to work it and how I was hoping it was going to go. But, you know, it doesn't always work. The tree. That one. There we go. Like I say, the whole reason for getting the self-propelled mower was so I wouldn't need to buy a windrower. Hey ho. Every now and again, for some reason, the worker on the rake, on the tedder, stops and says they've completed their task. I'm not sure why. Maybe they're not registering if they do a certain row and not realise where they are, but we're nearly there. The yield off this is apparently it's appalling. You know, it's always difficult to know, isn't it? Because whatever I get off it is the yield I get off of it. It would only be a case of if, or when I come to do it for the second time, that's when you can work out whether the yield is up or down on that, because I've no frame of reference at the moment, other than the yield map is saying it's bad, which isn't a good sign. Find the hedge. I don't like the collisions. I'm curious to see what we get off of it. It's not a huge field. I want to try and aim as best I can, and I've said this before, whether I end up doing a total mix ration mix of silage and hay, or silage, hay and straw. I want to have twice as much hay as I have straw and silage. So if I'm going to stick away 200,000 litres, or I have stuck away 200,000 litres of silage, I want at least 400,000 litres of hay in storage. More if I can. In all honesty, this field and probably field 36 when we started with, if I just do those two, that should get me what I need. Because we can always cut more further down the line. Once we get our cows and we get our total mix rationing and we start working, we'll get an idea, and then hopefully it should mean if we do it again, we shouldn't have to do it on such a large scale. Again, that's just a theory, you know, you never really know until you kind of get going with it. Certainly a lot more grass work than I was anticipating. I think what I'll probably do off screen between now and the next episode, I'm not saying the episode's finishing yet, so please don't just turn off, there's more to come. I think I'm going to sell some more of that wood chip I've got in storage, because we definitely need a harvester. I could lease one, I suppose, but we're going to need one longer term anyway. I don't know whether to go, I don't want to go too big, just simply because of the lanes and roads and stuff. I'll have a look, I'll see what's available. There's a whole, you know, there's a ton of various different ones available. What I'll do, another strip this way, and then I'll combine them, I think. I'll bring them over a little bit. There we go. I think the mower might be done, might need to tidy up the end bit. And I'll try and get this one, it gets a little bit filly, but I'll try and get this row over. That just gives me a little bit of breathing room when I do the strips up and down, so I don't catch the swath that's already here. What I'm going to do as well while I'm at it, let's go around and do the outer edge, and when I get down the other end I can check out, oh I haven't done that further, have I? We'll get there. It's not quite a nightmare, but it's not far off. I am 2 full loads down. I've only been round the outside of the field, so we've got 100,000 litres in storage already. I'm going to go quite slowly these large swaths where I doubled the swath up as I was going around with the windrower. If I go too fast it won't pick it up properly, but I think we're going to do alright off of this field. I don't think my other 2 fields are fully grown yet, because I started to go round. Let's have a look at the map. No, we want it on that one, and then we want it on that one. Yeah, I started to go around the edge. Now bearing in mind that had been limed and then fertilised again, ready to go, the yield was terrible. off the strip I just went around the outside. I'm thinking I couldn't figure out why the yield would be as low as it was. And then as I was driving over the field, I suddenly thought, I don't think the grass is as long as it needs to be. So it could be the yield was really bad on that strip because the grass isn't fully grown yet. So I am getting a yield, but not obviously what it could be or should be. So as I said, we're going to see what I get off this. I'm thinking now, having been round, not all the way round yet, I reckon we could hit 300,000, 350,000 maybe. We might get our 400,000 litres we need off of this field. If not, we're going to be very close. Regardless, we're going to be pretty close. Thank you to everyone who's commented. Thank you for all the, the comments regarding the angling club. I've ruined it. I've taken out trees that the fish used to shade in, and now I've filled it up with loads of screaming kids and holiday makers. Thank you for that. Just made me smile. Thank you to all the people that have commented regarding the bridge situation. Watch this space, that's all I'll say. But thank you to all those people. I was pleasantly surprised, let's just put it that way. Yes, I haven't gone all the way around yet, and we're going to hit probably 150,000 litres as we get to this corner. So that's pretty good. Yeah, another 50,000 litres in. Sometimes the pickup gets a little bit funny when you get close to full. Just by going to the side a little bit here and there like that, you can get a little bit more in. Not always, but sometimes. So let's turn that off. I'll go and unload this. Next time I see you then, we'll have this field cleared and we'll know what we've got hay wise, whether or not I need to do the next field or not of hay, or leave it and maybe do another grass cut for silage. I could just leave it at this point, then I can prep this field, but I want to get the greenhouses sorted too. So I will see you in a little while once... Why is that still doing that? Yeah, so once the field's cleared, I'll get back to you. We'll see where we are. I'll probably whiz over to the store and grab the trailer and the water tank as well, so we can grab the manure. We can get those greenhouses underway as well. But yeah, I've been very pleasantly surprised is the wrong way of putting it. I'm very fortunate for subscribers and viewers and people that are watching, the people that are commenting, how nice and friendly and happy people have been of late. For a while there was a lot of negativity flying around. That's not just necessarily on my videos or anything like that, but it's been very nice of late, and I like that. So thank you to everyone who comments and watches, and I really do appreciate it. Now, if you don't watch already, check out VF, Virtual Farmer. Very good friend. We did a lot of the FSL commentary and stuff together. He's doing a Let's Play on Attingham as well. Now, I have deliberately not watched any, because I don't want to be swayed in what I'm doing or what he's doing. Because if I'm doing stuff that's similar to him, I don't want to not do stuff because he's doing it. But likewise, I don't want to watch it and think, oh, that's a good idea, and then I don't want to copy. So, but if you don't watch any of VF stuff, go and check out his channel. He's cracking, honestly, really good stuff. You'll enjoy it. I was just, yeah, a couple of people commented to say, and I've been watching, not watching the videos, but watching the channel, because I knew he was doing Attingham. I think he's still doing his Bessie Beneath. What else was he doing? He was doing American Life Farming and something else as well. And streams on Twitch and stuff as well, so if you're a Twitch watcher, viewer, you might want to go and check him out on there as well. The field is clear, and I'm very happy with the result. I'm very happy because this takes us, I think we might have just been over 400,000 litres. This takes us right over 437,770. We've got 203,465 of silage, Straw is going to be the next thing we're going to need to sort out. If I decide to do total mixed ration with straw, I think what I'm going to do as well while we're here. Oh, that's going to be. Oh, that's going to be interesting because I've been delivering all my wood chips using the Devourer, which has a 50,000 litre capacity on its own. Obviously now I'm going to do twice as many trips. That's the only downside to put into the silo. That hadn't dawned on me actually until now. Where are we? Silage, wood chips. So I'm going to take a load to sell in just a second. What I'm going to do now, I bought the trailer over and the new trailer, and I've bought the water tank over. I've also got the quad bike. I don't know, it's hooked up to the water tank. I don't know once it's full whether or not it'll pull it. I hope it will. But we're going to whiz off to the livestock market now and grab some manure. And then once I've done all that, I will be taking this to sell. The temptation to buy one of those large capacity trailers is huge because it makes life so much easier, but I know it's not realistic, and that's probably why I'm avoiding it. You know, I did it on Spectacle Island, and loved it because because I was just playing. You know, whilst this isn't narrative, it's not a realism experiment. It's not realistic. You know how I play. It's not necessarily realistic in any way, shape, or form. But what we'll do is take this to the livestock market, get the manure. Let's get these greenhouses sorted. I'm going to look at getting something to spread lime. Now, like I said, I didn't show you, did I? I got the TLX, the Exacta. I'm going to show you in here. I should have shown you actually in the barn. I went for the Exacta TLX Geospread again because I love it. I think it's a brilliant bit of kit because you can adjust the setting out to 45 meters for putting down fertilizer. It's brilliant. I mean, there are so many different types. Price is good. It's all very good. I might get the Bradale 165 for doing our liming. Again, there are other options. I use that on Spectacle. Now the Taurus Robust 30,000, I love that. That's an awesome bit of kit because it does fertilizer, lime, and manure. Not at the same time, but it will do them. But again, I used it on Spectacle, so I'm kind of, should I stay away from that? The MVU8 I use a lot, especially on Let's Plays where I'm getting going. If you want something for lime and fertilizer that's nice and cheap, that's a no-brainer. I'm almost toying with getting one of those, you know. It spreads out to 36 meters. And the price isn't too bad either. But again, it's looking at, do I pick something completely different I haven't used, or fall back on an old favourite, or these are the standard in-game ones. I think there's some modded versions of these as well, which you can unload as well by, is it TF2020? I'm sure it's TF2020. Right, let's get the beacons on, just so people can see me coming over the hedges. I'm really enjoying this. It's I was listening to the last podcast, Farming Simulator podcast, with Chris, Shaki, and Kermit, and they were just chatting about all the various different things, the season passes and that kind of thing, all sorts of stuff. And they were saying what's still amazing, and I think it is still amazing. I know a lot of people have jumped ship already. A lot of people have said, well, I'm bored of it now. I'll wait for FS19 to come out, and they've gone off to do other things. And fair play to them. But they were both saying what's amazing is with a couple of months left till the new version comes out, people are still producing great stuff. Modders are still bringing out mods. They're still thinking of different things and new things and trying things out. Content creators are still creating great content. I've mentioned VF earlier, and there are loads of guys out there that are all still making brilliant content. Now, would I like to think I'm part of that? Of course I would. I would like to think I'm still making good content because I still enjoy playing the game. And what I thought was very poignant when Kermit was saying about it, he said, it's not a game you can finish, whereas people say, oh, I've completed it. You can't. It's not a game you can complete. unless you set yourself a very narrow target and say, well, I've done that, that's it. Because to say you can't have used every piece of equipment in game, maybe there'll be people out there say they have, I don't know, but it's great that, and as I've mentioned so many times before, you know, the last few jobs I've been doing similar jobs on Italia Demo as I have on here, doing grass work and doing baling, but done it so differently. The landscape has changed how I go about doing it. The equipment and machinery that I've got, that I've started with, has changed dramatically how I go about doing it. The fact that on here I can sell wood chips and make good money, on Italia Demo I'm relying on subscriber contracts and selling stuff. It's a much slower burn. But even when you move from farm to farm, it's the enjoyment and fun of using different things. Are you doing the same jobs? Yeah, a lot of the time, of course you are. You know, I've been doing wood chipping on here using the Devourer. I've got wood chipping to do on Italia Demo, but it's going to be done completely differently because of what's available on the map and how I want to go about it. And I think that's what, in my mind, has always kept it fresh for me. It's kept it fun and enjoyable, and you know, the maps are a massive part of that. I honestly just think it's brilliant. I do like the fact as well, with stuff that's been sort of shown and released for FS22 already, each map has specific traffic, so vehicles specific to that area, that place, but the NPCs as well, the people that are wandering around, aren't a generic just a person. They've done them to look like, you know, I mean, I don't say, what does a French person look like, you know, without going down the generic, you know, stereotypical stripy shirt and onions around the neck kind of thing, which is, you know, it's a very stereotypical thing. But I don't know, I'm just after listening to the podcast, I'm kind of more and more excited. They were talking about the fact that they had loads of influencers and content creators there that went out to Giants and been given early access to record stuff and in preparation for putting out videos. I don't know how many went or who went. They did say there have been people from across Europe, Germany, France, UK. I don't know who went from the UK, and America. But I don't know who, if anyone did go. I think they alluded to DJ, but I don't know if he went. I'm not sure. But anyway, and it's exciting, you know. Right, manure's in. That's that step. I'll put this into the silo later because we can use that, because it being multi-fruit, that actually, you know what? Let's put the cover on. Now let's see if we can. It'll pull it empty, I know that, but will I be able to move it once it's full? I'm hoping I should be able to just get it from the pond. Oops, wrong end. Of course it is, that's where the support goes up, doesn't it? It's where I lose the whole thing into the water because I haven't got enough oomph to get it back out again. I need a bit that's a slower, a more gradual slope maybe. Like I say, this may not work. If it doesn't, I can always get a standpipe fitted. No, nothing. You know what, I was almost convinced that was going to be perfect. Unless it's just there for show. Wow, okay. Now, if you've already been playing on here, you might already know of one actually in the yard. I haven't really looked, in honesty, for water. Is that fuel or is that, I don't know. I'll have a look around, see if I can find something. Let's close the gate. Could be fuel and water there, or it could just be fuel and def, or it's one of these. No, that's diesel. So this is the GB one that I've got here. I don't know now then. It's probably going to be somewhere really obvious, isn't it? probably already driven past it, knowing me. Okay. I'm going to have to turn to our lovely friends at CNS and Marie. It's always worth trying IBCs. You never know. That's the milk tank. I honestly had my money on the pond. I really thought that would be it. I'm glad I persevered. I came back because I thought, you know what, it has to be. I backed all the way in, and then it came up. There we go. So it is here. Just this end, and I just have to go a little bit further in, that's all. If I can't get out, I might go and grab the Land Rover or use the tractor, it doesn't matter whichever one. So we can turn that back off. Fantastic! Right, next episode. Yeah, lime. I need sort of lime situation, and I need something to spread lime. I need... The field's not ready to harvest yet, but we might have to wait a little bit till we need to harvest. Ploughing on field. Doing it again, 40 something. Like field 41. Ploughing a part of field 41. I might do kind of a more rectangular strip, possibly, or like I said, I might do the whole thing and just do a massive carrot field. Bridge situation. We want to look at the bridge situation. Like I said, I've got an idea for pigs. Cows we need to sort out. Cows I won't do till I've got the straw. The straw I will get when the oat harvest is done. What else? Oh, a whole load of stuff. I've just got a whole load of great ideas. Please work. Oh yes, you absolute gem. Should that be able to pull it? Maybe not. I'm glad I bought this. It's turned out very useful. Very useful indeed. Unorthodox. That's definitely the word, isn't it? I'm probably there'll be guys out there that will message us, oh, we use our quad bike for everything. Tomatoes and lettuce by the look of it. Are tomatoes or peppers? No, tomatoes. Awesome. It didn't take as much water as I thought either. I might leave this just tucked here for the time being because I don't need it for anything else. I know I can get water from there. When I do the cows and possibly the pigs, I might put in standpipes closer to the pens just because it might be a little bit easier. But I know that will work with that. I was looking at when I was doing my mod review, I used the little electric Rigitrack. I like that as a little shunting tractor, you know, around the yard sort of thing, but this seems to be doing the job absolutely fine. Right, greenhouses are done, which is what I said I wanted to finish off with. We've got the hay sorted out, as much as we needed as well. I honestly thought I was going to have to cut more grass to get over 400,000 litres. Rest of the manure I'm going to put away, and then go and deliver some wood chips. But I think, for this episode, I think we're done. I know I say a lot, but it's all going rather well. I mean, I say that, I suppose, earlier in this episode, no, it wasn't. Everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. It didn't work out anywhere near how I thought it was going to. But, as far as everything else goes, yeah, brilliant. We've got more machinery, more stuff we can put into barns and buildings. I just think the farmyard feels a bit sparse at the moment. I need some more gear. Because I think normally when you start out on the map, if you use the start machinery, you have kind of a mix of everything, normally including a harvester and stuff like that. So I think not having those things just makes it all feel very empty. That's why I'm kind of trying desperately to get as much as I can as soon as I can, so it doesn't look as empty. Where's that? Oh, there you go. There's the TLX just in the back there. The no, yeah, the Exacta Geo spread. Let's put that away in there. And I will see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.